Hey Rockstars, it's Lid Sean. Welcome to Recording Studio Rockstars. I'm really excited because I've got a video here of a new DAW I've been messing with called Mixbus 32C. This is from Harrison. It's super cool. I actually just did a great giveaway, but more importantly, this week I convinced Harrison to give us a special Rockstars discount on their new version 4 Mixbus 32C. The link for that, if you're interested in checking it out, is going to give you $100 off the regular price of $299. So that slashes the price down to $199 for Mixbus 32C. Mixbus 32C. The link is rsrockstars.com/MB32C. And I've got the link right here in this video, and it's also right below in the YouTube notes. So check it out there. If you click through that link, that's my affiliate link. You can go through, it'll take you right to our special discount. You decide you want to get it, that's great. I actually do get a commission on it, which I really thank you for. It won't change the price. In fact, you get a better price. I just get a small commission for sending you there, which is how I'm able to help support the podcast for Recording Studio Rockstars, make videos, do the blog, all that. So thank you in advance for that, for checking it out. Let me dive in and show you what this is all about. I got myself a copy. I wanted to check it out and try doing a quick mix in it and then be able to show it to you. This is literally like the first time I've really mixed in Mixbus. I probably took me a couple of hours to throw this together. I imported tracks. I just started building a mix, and I wanted to let you hear what it sounds like. So check it out. All right, cool. Let me give you a quick overview of what goes into Mixbus 32C and makes it so cool. If you've used a DAW before, you may be familiar with the concept of adding plugins and being able to create a sound that you like. But you end up having to add a plugin for every single little feature that you want. And a lot of times when you're mixing, you feel like you're constantly just having to build a console to mix with before you can even get started. What Mixbus and Harrison has done that's so cool is they took their legendary analog console designs and they imported it straight into the DAW so that you have all the features that would have normally been built into a console ready to go and automatically put into place for you in the DAW for your mix. So I'll give you a quick overview. Here we are on the kick track, and you'll notice that at the very top, you click on this. You can select whether you're in input or playback mode. You have automatically built-in phase checker for checking polarity on each track. You can add plugins that you want here. In this case, I'm actually using their great gate plugin, which sounds awesome. Here's what that sounds like. So you can hear that tightens up the kick in a huge way, and that is a really excellent sounding gate. Keep coming down. You've got built-in EQ on each channel. That's one of the things that's so awesome about this. This thing automatically comes with an EQ that's modeled after the legendary 32, Harrison Mixbus 32. Not Mixbus, but the Harrison 32 console. Same one that did Thriller for Michael Jackson, Back in Black for AC/DC, and Graceland for Paul Simon, among many other great records. You've got high frequency EQ, upper mids, lower mids, low frequency, built-in high and low pass filters. These things sound killer. I'm going to give you another sample against the kick so you can hear what that sounds like. Really musical EQs that make you want to crank them up, which is a lot of fun. Great for pulling the mid out of this kick. Sorry, my screen's jumping around because I'm using the zoom feature. Sorry about that. There you go. See, it's got some great subs on there too. Then you've got the filter plugin right here. All right, cool. Very usable high pass and low pass filters. Next up, you have these 12 mix buses. And what you do is you have your fader is feeding at all times the stereo bus, which I think maybe you can lift it from the stereo bus. I didn't get into that, so I won't tell you how to do that yet. But you can also turn on one of these mix buses or turn on one of the mix buses and send it directly over to here. And you see I've got these 12 mix buses built in. So they're ready to go. You don't even have to add them and create channels and busing and everything. It's just automatically there. All you do is just turn it on and turn the knob and you're sending a sound right to one of these mix buses. Now with these guys, I have on this one, I'm using mix bus 1 from all these different channels to send, let me see if I can get this on the screen. There you go. To send kick, snare, toms, and everything to mix bus 1 for parallel compression. Check it out. And that also had a little bit of bass in there. Then mix bus 2, I'm sending just the beater of the kick drum and the top of the snare also to here for a little more parallel compression. So that's helping to just give a little more bite on those drums. Over here I've got parallel compression for guitars. And then over here, I'm using this one way up at the top. You'll notice I've got a plug-in on it for reverb. So really cool. Made it easy to get reverb on the snare and on the drums. And again, I had the kick solo during all that, so we were hearing that along with the mix bus that was soloed. Another great feature you'll notice is that each channel, each mix bus channel and the stereo channel all have this slider built onto it right here. Let me use the snare top as an example, and I'll zoom in again. And that has compression built into the channel. You see that? You can just turn on the comp right there, on or off. You can use this one to change the threshold of your compression. There's a makeup gain for each one. Ratio, if you're in this is the mode right here. So if click on this and you got leveler, which is like an LA2A, compressor, which is more like an 1176, or limiter, if you just want to do a hard brick wall limiter, and then this ratio will change to a different feature depending on which one you're on. So really cool. Again, you don't have to, if you want to take a track, you don't have to add an EQ plugin. You don't have to add a compressor plugin to do it. It's just ready to go and built in. Much more like old school mixing on a console. One other feature here on the tom track, you'll see I use this great XT-TG tom gate. This thing's really cool because it allows you to learn what the tom sound is and learn what the not tom sound is. So that means you can take the kick, the snare, the hi-hat, the other parts of the drum kit that are bleeding in, and teach it what those sounds are, and it does an instant like gate feature and a much more accurate ability to open up the tom mics when the toms are being played, but make sure that they close down and the other stuff goes away when the toms are not being played. So that's really handy. Over here on the mix side, I used this XTME mastering equalizer, which is by Harrison. I can't remember off the top of my head if all of these come with the DAW or if some of them do or don't, but go check it out. You'll find out. Certainly all the EQ and the built-in compression do. This thing was kind of cool. It's like a giant graphic EQ, and you can put this across your mix bus if you want. And then I also use the XTLC look-ahead compressor as my stereo compressor because you can dial in ratio here, makeup gain, etc., etc. seem to sound really cool, but you don't have to, because built into the stereo fader, again, you have a compressor right here. All you do is bring this threshold down, set your ratio, set your makeup gain, and you are off to the mixes. Next thing that's cool about this is that you have the built-in drive feature with each mix bus and with the stereo bus. Drive is built-in tape saturation. So it's as if you're mixing with a tape machine, and it's as if you're driving the console and hitting the tape machine at the same time. You just get that extra little bit of excitement and saturation, which is really, really cool. Then this last detail I want to tell you about, this, I forgot what they call this. This is like the mix console strip or something like that. You turn this on in the preferences, but it essentially opens this world up here, and it's as if you left the DAW on this stereo fader and the signal goes out, and this is like your master section on the console. So it gives you an additional monitor volume knob, so you can use this and go to your powered speakers if you want. You have a mute to mute your monitors. You can, most importantly, I would say, hit this mono button, which means when you're mixing, hit the mono button here. It sums all your sounds to mono. Now your drums and your bass are 3 dB louder, and you can compensate and bring up your stereo elements, your guitars, if they're panned left and right. Make sure that they sound killer in the mix. Make sure it sounds super rock and roll. And you have other features like dim. You can mute individual sides. You can inverse phase, and then solo features. So all in all, this is a really, really cool DAW. I just messed with it for a couple of hours to come up with this mix. I am going to include a link to my complete finished mix. Since I've been messing with this one and it no longer sounds like my final mix, I'm going to include a link right here in the show notes on YouTube here. Just go down and look in the notes, and I'll give you a download copy of my mix of this song. This is my song. It's called American Winter. It's off my record Skadoosh, and I actually show you how I go through and mix this entire song start to finish, give you a lot of mix training over 2 hours, in fact, and that is totally free. That is at mixmasterbundle.com. Go to there, download that, sign up for my email list, and I'll give you all the videos, give you the multi-tracks. But below this, I'll include a link just for this mix that I did right here in Mixbus 32C. One last reminder, you can go get the $100 off discount by clicking through rsrockstars.com/MB32C. And I've got the link down there as well. That's the link you want. That sale is good till Friday night, May 26th at midnight. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you go check it out. Go pick up a demo of this right now if you want to and start checking it out. And if you decide you want to get it before the week's out, come back to this video and save the link. All right, cheers, Rockstars. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.